We are Cam and Heather on Sea Clef, and we are on the trip of a lifetime. Come share in our adventures as we take you through the Great Lakes to Chicago, down through the river system of the Midwest, along the panhandle of Florida, across the Gulf of Mexico, and down the west side of Florida, crossing through the Okeechobee Waterway to eastern Florida. Then share in our adventures as we continue throughout the Bahamas and back up the eastern seaboard, finally returning to Canada on America's Great Loop.
Absolutely beautiful out here this morning on the Trent Severn Waterway between Lock 7 and Lock 8. It's nice being having no one in front of you because the water is just unbroken and crystal clear, beautiful reflection. We got a bunch of pollen on the boat last night, so we hooked up to the raw water, just doing a rinse all the pollen off the boat this morning.
Today's video represents 2 days of travel on the Trent Severn Waterway, starting from the Glen Ross Lock, Lock 7, and ending our second day in Hastings at Lock 18. We stayed overnight part way in Campbellford the first night. We traversed Percy's Reach, Meyers, Hagues Reach, Ranney Falls, Campbellford, Crow's Bay, Healey Falls, and Hastings. Our first day was 13.7 nautical miles of travel in 4 hours and 20 minutes, departing from Glen Ross, Lock 7, at an early start of 7:30 a.m., so we'd be at Lock 8 by the time it opened for 9 a.m. Today we would traverse 5 locks before arriving into Campbellford for the night.
This morning we got up early to get to the Percy Reach Lock for the 9 a.m. lift, and we have a 20-foot lift on this walk this morning.
I guess they've seen us coming. They are emptying the lock so you can see the fury of the water that comes out. Sorry, the water just gushing out of there. Misty Maiden ahead of us. They always want the big boat in there first.
We're in Lock 8, and it's 20 Percy Reach Lock, 20-foot lift. A little bit of turbulence just before coming in the lock, but it was fairly easy to get, although there's just absolutely no wind today whatsoever. Once again, it's just the two of us in the lock, but it would be pretty crowded with any more than the two of us. They're pretty much right at the front of the lock, and we are on the last line on the stern. I suppose there's possibly room to raft a bit, or maybe a smaller boat could raft. I don't think a boat our size could raft to us. Off we go from Lock 8. After a nice quick locking, away they go, closing the gates. just been lifted to the Meyers lock, and they're going to start swinging the doors. Meyers lock 9. We came up, I think, 16 feet this lock. We are their first locking of the day, which was our goal. It's a short day today. We'll probably be at our destination well before lunch.
Between locks 9 and 10. See, like, some of these don't look like cottages. Some of them look like homes, like primary residences. We talked to the girl at lock 9, and she said that she lived in Campbellford, so maybe a lot of them are homes. Cam's got me looking for turtle or decoration along here. What I have been noticing is they've used the local stone to build their retaining walls here.
Lock 10. Our next locks will be a flight of 2 locks. We actually go into lock 11 and then just continue right into lock 12. Departing lock 10. Our way. Just come out of lock 10, and you said it was 28 feet?
Lock 10 was 24 feet.
Lock 10 was 24 feet, okay. And lock 11 and 12 are each 24 feet. So we are about to go up in a joint lock 48 feet. A flight of 2.
We are getting close to the flight of locks. It's actually right in front of Misty Maiden, and off to the right is the Ranney Gorge, and above it is the Ranney Gorge Suspension Bridge, and it is 90 meters long and about 33 feet over the water.
Here we are reaching lock 12 and 13 as we come in to the entrance of this double lock, which looks really high. Up we go. Lots of turbulence and bubbles as we head up to the next level, where we'll pick up, once we've floated up to a certain level on this side of the lock, they will open those big gates and bring us up another 24 feet. So we're coming up 24 feet and then another 24. We're halfway up. Swing the bridge to let us out of lock 12. It's the thing. Just barely hear it. Gates are down. And away she swings. Campbellford, here we come. Butter tarts, here we come. Hopefully the butter tarts aren't on the endangered species list, because we are going to indulge in at least one. And then off we go. Out of Lock 12. Swing bridge closing up.
So this is the home of the toonie. The artist who designed the $2 Canadian coin was from Trent Hills. We're in Campbellford, which is part of the municipality of Trent Hills. So they got to have this big 20-foot monument.
We biked over to the Ranney Gorge Suspension Bridge, where we can go across a suspension that, sorry, Heather's correcting me, to Ranney Falls Suspension Bridge, which is suspended 30 or 35 feet across the waterway. It's a little wobbly out here, but it's pretty stable. I realize you can see through to a long way down, which is bothering Heather a little bit. No, if she's going to come or not. He's working on it. Well, let's look at that view that she wants to see.
Just looking down on Lock 11. And that's my old Kentucky, or not my old Kentucky home. I'm not sure who this big one is down below. The gates are closing. So this is the first lock of the flight locks. And the water from this side of it over here flows down into this side.
It's the hottest day so far on our trip, probably. So we've decided it'd be a good day to go strawberry picking. We saw this sign on the road for strawberries, and we didn't know it'd be like about 4 kilometers to get to it, but we're here now and they're sold out, and you got to pick your own if you want some. So we've made it this far, we might as well do it, eh? What are you doing, Heather?
I'm tilling my back and picking berries.
It's only about 35 degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius out. Correction, 35 degrees Celsius. It's a perfect day to go strawberry picking.
I haven't done this since I was a kid.
No, I'm not sure I have either. We are at a giant chocolate factory that goes all the way down the street. And they have a world's finest retail outlet for chocolate. Heather could, of course, not stop here.
All right, what do I have?
It's melting fast in this extreme heat.
Hands, dark chocolate cordial cherries.
Yummy.
4 different kinds of swirls.
Cool.
Double chocolate, coconut, and caramel. Some chocolate bars, dark chocolate bars. And somewhere down in here are dark chocolate covered almonds.
Almonds, nice. And what we have in my basket is the fruits of our labor this afternoon at the farm. And when I say fruits of our labor, I am talking about strawberries. Can you just smell those strawberries? Good morning. It is, I don't know, 6:50 or something like that. We're trying to get to the lock and tie up at the blue line. There's quite a few locks this morning that we would like to to get through.
And a lot of boats in Campbellford.
And there's a lot of boats in Campbellford, so we decided that we would get a jump on it. It's about 2 and a bit hours before the lock will open, but we will be on the blue line and ready to go. Hopefully nobody's already thought of that.
We're going to the blue line of the Campbellford lock for breakfast.
That's what we're doing. I haven't even made my coffee yet. It's amazing I can keep the buoys straight. We are at Lock 13, and we got up and we're here before 7 a.m. The lock opens at 9, but since we've arrived, we have another boat tied up here, another boat tied up here, and another boat is arriving. I don't know if you can see them. Yep. Anyway, it's getting busy here, and we're still an hour before opening.
We have been waiting on the blue line since a little after 7 a.m. for, I don't know, it's lock 13. And so they're just spilling the water out.
We are in Lock 13, Campbellford, and we've got a rafter this morning, another looper from Idaho, and quite the lineup, but fortunately we were first in line, and so we're tied up and we're just about to go. We have 5 locks to do today, so it'll be a busy locking day, and we're hoping that we have reservations at a marina in Hastings, because the heat index is about 38, so it's pretty warm. Nice to have the air conditioning on. Off goes Misty Maiden, and get ready to help Idaho Red off, and then we'll be away ourselves.
Such a cute island. Deer on the front. The folks on the island were waving to us. This is just the top of Lock 14.
Our second day of travel was 16.7 nautical miles in just over 5 hours of travel. On this day, we departed at 9 a.m. and traversed 6 locks, putting us on the top side of Hastings by the end of today's journey.
So they told us at Lock 15 that the gates would be open for us when we got here.
And they are.
And they are, yeah. And they know that we are 3 boats coming in, one very wide one, so we will not be encountering any traffic coming the other way. So we are allowed to tie on either port or starboard. And there's no rafting in these locks. So the boat, Idaho Red, that has been rafting to us for the last 3 locks will be doing a starboard side tie. So Misty Maiden is coming in and getting secure.
We're in the flight of locks, 1617, Healey Falls, and the doors are closing behind us. They didn't hit our dinghy, yay. So, much like the one earlier, we get into this one, we get up halfway, and once we're up to that black line that you can see here in water level, they will open these gates and we'll continue on. Here we are, halfway up.
approaching the Hastings Lock. And so this is, I guess, on the outskirts of Hastings. We read that when you can see the steeple, which is there, I'm not sure if you can see it, I can just see it up there, then you know that you're approaching the lock. And we are staying at Hastings Municipal Marina just after we get through the lock. And there it is. You can see the steeple from here, the water tower, and it's quite a little booming cottage community here. Love that. Love these places, but I particularly love that garage. Beautiful cottages. This would be a great community. Great area to have a cottage.
Swing bridge that we'll have to wait for before we get out of here, but we are at Hastings, Lock 18. It is our last lock of the day, and we'll be just staying at the Hastings Marina just around the corner. Looking forward to having the rest of the day to relax a little bit. Off we go out of the Hastings Lock. See Misty Maiden over there, and they and ourselves are going to be headed to the marina just right over here.
This journey ends tied up at the docks at the Hastings Municipal Marina. It was a very leisurely day with lots of sun, very little wind, and easy locking through. The staff with the Trent Severn are so accommodating and keen to please. What a great experience so far.